Yes. Let me just finish this up.
Ironing?
Huh?
Are you ironing?
No, I was ironing this dress.
Did you turn it off?
Yes, I did. Because of Adrian. Hello, Fumi Nation. How are you? Guess what I am eating? Ice cream. Yep, guilty. Well, every once in a while, have a treat. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate your life. Let me just put this down. How are you, my darling Fumi Nation? How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you guys are so very welcome indeed. So are we living and loving the look? I used JUVIAS Place. They've come out with a bronze collection. Boom, boom, boom. Can you see? And it's 10 bronzers. Beautiful. Beautiful. If you feel that powders can be cakey, they can streak, bronzers. I love bronzers. It just brings out the honeycomb in me, really and truly. Especially because I live in England and there's hardly any sun, and that includes the summer. So I wear a lot of bronzers. A cream bronzer is gorgeous because you wear your foundation, you put your cream bronzer, and you can have that dewy look. If you don't want that very matte look, dewy look, which I love and I think is great for us older women that are in our 50s, copacetic chef's kiss. So JUVIAS Place has come out with that. And use my discount code. Ask me, let me know if you want a tutorial. Let me know if you want us to have like a chit chat. And then we can kind of talk while I do the tutorials. Ask me. I am an OG. I use their blusher. Oh, copacetic. As you can see, the yellow right here, the pink right there, the bronze right there. I mix them all up and I come up with this kind of combo. Should I come up with my own makeup line? I think I will. And then I use the Sahara Volume 1. I always use the black, and this time I use what they call Bororo. I'll just use my finger right here. You know what, for me, swatch it. Is that not fabulous? Right here on the eyes. Okay, so one of you sent me a message and you said to me, Fumi, how do I get married? At first I said to myself, what do you mean? And so I asked her and she said, I've been single and I've been dating the wrong guys. I want to get married. What do I do? What steps do I take to enable myself to get married? So I responded to her and I said, darling, you can get married. The wedding is always fabulous. The honeymoon is always memorable. It's not the wedding, it's the marriage. That's where you want sustenance. That's where you want to have sustainability. Yep. Translation, you want to have a long marriage. You want to be married for 20 years. You want to be married for 25, 30. And that's not to say that some people don't part ways after that time. But what I'm saying is that try and walk down the aisle one time only to the right guy. And so I thought to myself, Fooms, actually, she's absolutely right coming to you for advice. There's nobody better that knows this, having made perhaps the same mistakes that she has. And as I said many times before, I love my beautiful Fumi Nation. And I have a lot of 60-year-old sisters, and they don't look like they're even 40 yet. They look like they're in their 30s. They are looking flawless. They are fit. They're gorgeous, they're smart, they're funny. Things have changed a lot. And because of that, I really do see my 70-year-old sisters getting married again and for the first time. So this is really about all women who want to partner up. The first thing, I had to write it down because I said to myself, Fumi, what did you do? And I did constructive things. Yes, I did. To myself. And Ula came right along. And now I realize that the Ulas of the world are out there. I had to do a lot of work on myself first. You have to know that I have to love myself first. So I tell you this. You have to love and marry yourself first. Buy yourself a ring. Buy yourself something round. A skirt. Something that kisses around you. That's completed of you. Because you're a complete package. You're a package deal. And there's no part of you leave behind. Fumi, stop talking in parables. Please get to the point. Love yourself. Appreciate every part of you. Because you see, you will not change. And you will not change even when you like that guy. You will change for a little bit. You will change for a little while. But at the end of the road, you will meet yourself there. You will pretend and you will people please him because you want him to stay. But you will not be able to change your stripes. And so, if he does something initially, the guy that you're dating, for example, you will tolerate it. Hear the word tolerate. But further down the line, years in, you might just snap and be like, you know what, I really don't like this. So you are cheating yourself if you are lying to yourself to try to stay in a relationship. Be honest with who you are. That's the first thing. So if you're dating a guy casually and he throws things on the floor and it really bugs you, it will forever bug you. It will not change. It will mean that you have to tell him, Jeff, I don't like that. And if Jeff changes, very good for the relationship. If Jeff does not change and keeps on throwing things on the floor, Jeff is not the guy for you. Because he's going to do this for the next 40 years of your life. Just think about it like that. It's not going to work. If you lie to yourself, your life becomes a lie. And there's no running away. Before I met Ula, I was in an in-between stage where I had had disastrous relationships and I had to take accountability for them. I realized that Fumi, you went along with this even though you saw things that you did not like. You saw things that drew your attention. Those things that you don't like, those things that drew your attention are red flags for you. Your set of red flags might not be another woman's red flags. They are red flags because it didn't make you feel good in any way, shape or form. And you looked at it, you peeped it, but you didn't say anything. You're looking for the next time he does it. And even when he does, you're ready and prepared to excuse it away, because by the time he does it again, you've gotten to know him a little bit better. And so you are now camouflaging his good traits with the traits that you don't like. And you say to yourself, well, you know, it can kind of sort of balance out. No, it can't. It's a red flag because it's telling you there's more to come. You have to ask, and I'll say it again and again and again and again and again. You have to ask the uncomfortable questions. You have to ask those very icky questions. I will tell you here and now, bruh, how much do you earn? I know some of you will be saying, oh God, Fumi is a hypocrite. Did she just not say that money don't mean nothing? Money doesn't mean nothing in the sense that we're not looking for millionaires. We're looking for a steady, regular salary. That's all you're looking for. Because you are also going to bring something to the table. And the two of you are going to run with it. You see, I tell you, when I met Ula, I asked him, what does he do? And he said, information and technology. I said, I said, what kind of information and technology? And when he told me, I said, brother's got potential. Marry somebody that's got the potential. You make the money together if you're both focused and you know that, you know what, you can build something here. You have to ask those questions. What do you do? What do you earn? You have to observe him. Is this guy disciplined? Is this guy focused? It is not that, oh my God, he's fine, he's sexy. That will get you to the unemployment line faster than McDonald's. I promise you. Because there are a lot of handsome, good-looking guys all over the place. Completely useless. Completely useless, only good to look at. You have to remember, you're looking for a life partner. For those of you that want children, you're looking for the father of your children. Is this guy responsible, reliable? Okay, well, as you very well saw, Ula told me, he said, who used the iron? I said, I did. He said, did you put it away? Why? Because Adrian can come in and play with the iron. He's always thinking of 1, 2, 3. That's a father. That's a father. He said, you're an adult. No problem. And we're only 3 in this house. As he walked up, who put the iron out? Translation, Fumi, did you put the iron out? Because I saw it, you forgot to put it away. He said, Fumi, be careful because of Adrian. He's put it away, but he's letting me know you forgot because you have a toddler. Because when push comes to shove, we have a child in the house. It's not a matter of that he is not at home or he leaves the home to you to run and he doesn't put any input. These are things you have to ask. How do I get married? You can get married to anybody. All of you out there, you can marry. I know for a fact that there are guys out there that you don't even want to get married to. What you're saying is that you want to get married to the right guy. You want to get married to the guy that's for you. You want to marry a guy that's responsible, reliable. He's got an earning. He's halfway decent, attractive. At least that. He cares on you. He loves on you. That's what you're looking for. What I'm trying to tell you is that it starts with you. It's what you project out there for yourself. And then from so doing, guess what? You now have to start going out to the places where most probably these guys are going to be. Then you start interviewing for the job vacancy because it's a job, really. But it starts with you. And what you have to do process of elimination. You see how easy it is to dismiss a guy that you don't like. And poor guy, Jeremy, he'll keep on knocking on the door, calling you, be like, yes, Jeremy. You don't care. You see that attitude you have for Jeremy? That's the attitude you have to have for the guy that you like. Because you have to pull yourself away and go in there without any rose-colored lenses so that you can really peep the guy out. Hence why you have to have the uncomfortable conversation about his former partners. Yes, you do. About his earning. Yes, you do. About his job. Yes, you do. About where he sees himself in 3 years, 5 years, 6 years. Is he open to relocating? How close is he to his family? A man that respects your family is a man that really loves and wants you. He doesn't mind. He'll do anything for his in-laws. Ula got up like this because we went to go and see Ronke, my younger sister, and her husband, Ron, of whom I love so much. And Ula said, I can't remember, I think Ron was complaining that, oh my God, he has to mow the lawn. Ula said, I'll mow the lawn. Ron looked at Ula like this. He came back to me. He said, Fumi, this guy is a good guy. He said, he wants you for real, for real. That's who you should be looking at. Somebody where you observe and see how he is around your family. A man that respects your family is a man that respects you. A man that goes there looking wishy-washy, crazy, does not even know how to say good afternoon, ma'am, yes ma'am, with the respect on it. Yes, he doesn't respect you. He gotta go. I'm calling it like it is. If the guy fails this interview where he's not able to answer the questions, sis, the marriage will fail. It happens all the time. I'm seeing it left to right. Even with these influencers, I am seeing it. They're getting married to a guy that they didn't ask the questions. They didn't ask those hard, uncomfortable questions. By the time you realize he was not the one, you had already had children. Now you're a single mom. And that's very hard. Dating, beautiful, fantasy, yes, 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 boom, 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 didn't ask those hard questions. Because you see, you think that money and looking gorgeous and fabulous, and we can get those fabulous Instagram pictures at any angle, is going to be it for you. It's going to make the marriage. No, no, no. Marriage takes work on both sides. And you have to understand that you're not going to win every single fight. You have to be able to compromise and meet each other halfway. But you, in the beginning, as a woman, our shelf life is very short and really unfair. But it's the way that we are created and made. So now you have these children by this guy. You don't even have the time to date because you're so busy taking care of these children, step and repeat every single day throughout the day. That's a job and a half. That's a job and a half. You didn't ask the questions. You didn't ask the questions. And when you got the answers, you thought, I think I can make it work. It's not that I think I can make it work. If you don't hear the right answers, the marriage is going to fail. You think I didn't interview Ula? I interviewed him. Check, 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 check. And abstain from sexual intercourse. You have to abstain. Find out who will wait. You'll find out who is willing to be patient with you. I told Ula. Ula said, that's fine. He said, Fumi, I'm not trying to sleep with you. I'm trying to marry you. We have plenty of time for that. I'm okay. I was like, ooh. Yes. If you are trying to get married, look at me. If you are trying to get married, then you have to be honest with yourself. You have to also understand that the old model that used to work for our parents, for our grandparents, does not work in today's society. It doesn't work. It doesn't. Technology has opened up so many opportunities for women. Shoot, look at me. Look at my sitting room with my child's toys. I can sit here and I can talk to you guys from the comfort of my home, where I no longer have commute. I have to travel to work. I have a boss. I have this, that, whatever. I work for myself. I earn a living for myself. And so you have to find also a man that is open to you working, being able to earn money, maybe more money than he does, without ego getting into it. Because you know what? Today's day and age, any money that comes with a couple only expands the possibilities that that family can now have. It doesn't matter. Ask Ula. Ula will say, for me, good job, baby. You're making some coin. Good girl. I live for you. Let me just take care of Adrian. Don't worry, I got it. You find a man that's confident in his skin. It's all for the fam. If you are working, that's good. You should earn money. Ask him, does he feel comfortable with you earning money, with you making money? And ladies, please don't blow it all on your hair, on your wig, on your weaves, on your this. It goes into the family because he has to ask you questions too, as a matter of fact. Two of you have to say to yourself, we've talked and Ula and I did it. We did it. Halle Berry talked about it. I think I brought it up in one of my prior episodes. She says this relationship is working because for the first time we talked. For the first time I talked. For the first time I found myself, I was courageous enough to really talk about all the things that I feared of in a marriage, in a relationship. Was he willing to compromise? How did he feel about this situation, that situation? You can get married. Just don't get married to the wrong guy repeatedly like I was doing when I was dating. Because I think the last one before Ola said, Fumi, it's your fault though. It's your fault. Call it like it is. You knew how he was kind of sort of in the beginning and you went with it. But you thought, oh no, to be okay, to be this or whatever. It was disastrous. And so here you are crying when you should have left him alone and gone out with somebody else. And that's what it is, my darlings. Sometimes we have to take into accountability that we added to this aggravation because we saw the signs, we saw the triggers, we saw stuff that bothered us and we overlooked it. 1, and then we made excuses for it. 2, we jumped into bed with them. 3, we didn't ask them all the hard questions. 4, we didn't talk about money. 5, we didn't talk about in-laws and family. 6, we didn't talk about children. 7, we didn't talk about the contribution of what we expect of each other in the marriage. 8, you didn't ask the questions. You didn't ask the questions. 9, 10. To get married is to be with another human being. Yeah? And it is not for the good times. I want to make this very, 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 very clear. The good times is a bonus. The good times is the dessert to the main meal. That's the good times. I am talking about the hard times that life throws at us. And you have the stability and the support of your marriage to plow you through that because you chose the right person to walk through this thing we call life. I did an episode. There was a young girl so upset because I think that she has postpartum and she was struggling with her baby and she was letting us know that she didn't want to be a mother. And I covered that story and I had such empathy for her. I did not know I was going to have even more so with the comments in that particular episode. There was a young girl who had a beautiful son. She had just gotten married and he died. There was another mother where the husband left her in the hospital room because it was a girl and not a boy. There was another one where the husband got very sick, dilapidated, and he had to have double amputation. There were so many stories of how they were struggling. Another one, she was pregnant and he was sleeping with somebody else. There were so many stories and I thought, oh wow, I wish I could have like a Fumi Nation conference kind of thing or like a support group maybe on Sundays where we all come together and we talk and we support each other. I was telling them how parenthood is tough. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, that I think a lot of you are looking at the fantasy, you know, oh, it's going to be great, it's going to be this. And it has to be great and it has to be good and you have to get along because two of you are going to be each other's support system for the deaths, for the no money, for the job loss, for the changing homes, for when you have shocking news about your child or children. There was a couple who took their 2 boys, a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old, to their grandparents' home. They went away for the weekend, a long-awaited weekend. The grandparents were in the home and I don't know, the children took the car and went into the main road. And of course they died. They got in a headlong collision and died. How does a marriage survive that? There are so many things that happen in this life. The only way I can explain it, you know, is that this is life. It hits you. It hits you on a Tuesday afternoon and you didn't see the collision coming. And there are a lot of marriages that don't survive. Do you know, when Ula and I were doing IVF, our doctors were telling us that perhaps we should stop and just focus on our marriage because they've seen so many marriages being torn apart. There was another girlfriend of mine who was doing IVF alongside me. The marriage didn't survive. She came to me crying because he went to the doctors and said, threw them all down the drain, the embryos. Threw them all down the drain. I no longer want to participate in this. She now was struggling because she wanted to save the embryos, of course, but she had no say-so because it was his sperm. So she lost the opportunity of being a mom, and she lost her marriage in one go. And she went to work out by the airport. When Adrian was born, she called me to say hello. It was so sad because you have to ask those questions. And sometimes there are questions that you can't even ask because you don't know what's going to hit you. What I'm trying to say is that when I say ask the questions, suss him out. See what he's going to say. Find out what his past relationship was like. Love the guy. Admire. Be attracted to the guy. Know the man. Know the man. You have to step up out of yourself and know the man. Ula and I did not sleep until our wedding night. I took it all the way back. Old tradition. I had to do it. Because at any step of the game, out of mind, I would walk. I had to do it for me. And the first time ever that I said, Fumi, you have to put yourself first. And do it the right way. And let him go and meet your parents. Let him meet your family members. Don't sleep with him. Don't make too much of an effort to say, oh, hi, call this, bring treats. Don't. See what he can do for you, what he's willing to do for you. See how he thinks. It's important because that is very telling of the kind of marriage you're going to have. You can get married, like I have said, but I understand that you're looking for a good marriage. That is what I'm trying to tell you. That in so doing, you will have the process of elimination and you will weed out the rubbish ones. It's like the rotten fruit in the basket. You weed it out. Sometimes, I'm sure it happens, you see a fruit and it's not all the way bad. It's just a corner where you just cut that part out and you still want to eat the fruit. I've done it many a time. But have you noticed that particular fruit still doesn't taste like that juicy, yummy, gorgeous, whole rounded strawberry? It's tainted. It's not good. Throw it right back out there, honey. You don't want it. And then from there, like I said, you go to all of the pubs, because in England here, a lot of men go to the pubs. They go there after work to have a beer, whatever, go there. You have to be interested in sports. Go to sports. For those of you that are looking for high-end guys, yes and truly, go to galas. Go to events. For me, how do I know about galas? How do I know about events? I'll tell you how you know about galas. I'll tell you how you know about events. Yes, they always have events for the next month. Find out, are there any more tickets? Tell them that you're a single girl, because majority of parties, clubs, events, as you guys know, they're looking for women just to come, just to be invited, so that you can make the place all look gorgeous and fabulous. Go to horse races. Yes, go. Go and have drinks in the evening with your girlfriend. Go. He's not coming to the house. Go out there. If you go to the club, you're going to get a Donnell. But if you go to a dinner, you might have Dr. Darnell. Yes, it depends on what you're looking for, my darlings. But once you found him, has he been married before? Does he have children? Is that a deal breaker for you? If it's a deal breaker, it's a deal breaker. It broke the deal. Keep on walking, sis. Don't worry. He's ahead. He's ahead. It is what it is. Look at these guys as you look at interviews. You keep on going for the interview until you find the right fit for both of you all. Because this life and this marriage promise that you've made to each other, you are not forced, that you have made to each other, you were the one that chose this. Go right ahead and make sure it's everlasting by placing the foundation as solid as it can be. If he's flaky, gotta go. My girlfriend called me this morning. She has seen him 1 or 2 dates. It's his birthday over the weekend. He said that he will not see her. She was like, say what? Then, guess what? His friend or cousin is coming to the house, but she can't come. I told her right out there, sis, you know what? Because you're not the one. Because he's got another girl of whom he is going to have a birthday bash with. It ain't you, sis. So you know what? Cut him off right now. Cut him off. He's wasting your time. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And she was like, really? You think? I said, he's wasting your time. All of my love, my darlings, don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button. Let's get to 1 million. And I will see you what? I'll see you guys sooner than later. All of my love. All of my love.